Every hour, every minute, every second, there's something new happening with your favorite pastime. We got you covered on sports news and fantasy advice. You're listening to Pastimes on the Mic. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. And please, if you have any questions, please send them to our Gmail down below. Ask us a fantasy question, give us your hot takes, whatever you want. Send it to the email down below. Boys, how are we doing today, man?
Good.
Doing all right.
Can't complain. A lot of crazy news in the sports world, man. We got fights in the NBA. Patrick Kane might be out on the Rangers. Buffalo Bills are kind of having a little culture change mid-season.
A little
It's
drama.
crazy. Yeah, some snubs in the Cy Young. So let's dive right into it, boys. The Buffalo Bills, man. What's going on with them? They fired.
Shout out to Joe for saying that. My boss saying that Allen is better than Burrow. But Allen looks great, guys. He's looking like the MVP of the league. He's really taking it by storm. He's not even Burrow is so bad. So bad.
Yeah, the audience couldn't tell, guys being very sarcastic right now. But the Bills fired the offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. I mean, wow.
Yeah, their quarterback's doing great.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills, man, it's just kind of crazy. Just last season, in the last couple of years leading up to it, they were kind of an AFC powerhouse. Josh Allen was kind of in those MVP combos. That definitely not this year, in my opinion.
No,
but
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I haven't really been following the Bills as much, but from what I've been hearing from other people, what they've been saying, didn't the Bills lose like half their defense, sort of like injuries and stuff? Yeah, so
White.
It's like, I don't know. That's the right move. Firing the offensive coordinator. It's been a pretty great offense outside of this year, leading up the last couple of years. I don't know. It's kind of a crazy
like it's more
move.
Of a panic move. This late in the season. Like now, someone I don't know who's stepping up. It's probably a QB coach or someone. I don't know who. If they said someone's taking over the play calling, but it seems like a panic move to me because there seems to be some sort of disconnect between Allen, Diggs. Can't even get a handoff off against the Broncos on Monday night. I mean, Allen completely just dropped that ball. I don't know what happened. They seem like a mess. It's the thing with the Bills is like you never know what Bills team you're gonna get. Yeah. Like you might game plan for Josh Allen to play like an MVP, and then he comes out and turns the ball over 17 times. Like they didn't game plan for that. I don't know. The Bills are such a weird team this year. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I mean that division. I mean they lost to the Jets, they lost to the Broncos, but then they go and blow out the Dolphins.
I was just about to say, isn't it funny that the Dolphins dropped 70 on the Broncos, then the Bills beat the Dolphins, and then the Broncos beat the Bills?
It's
insane. It's such an unpredictable. I think it goes for any sport. It's so unpredictable. But yeah, the Bills have been a roller coaster this year, man. They either look great, Diggs either scoring 3 touchdowns in a game, or he's screaming at Josh Allen on the sideline. There's kind of no in between.
I get the emotion. But like I don't know. I feel like at that point you gotta be a professional.
Oh yeah,
instead of start pointing fingers and I don't know.
Yeah, we were kind of saying before the show too. The wide receivers, man, and we'll get into Michael Thomas in a second. What happened with him? But wide receivers in this league, man, it's like it's very diva-ish. It's insane. I mean, you have a great situation in Buffalo on paper. And it's like, you are paired up with a pretty great QB in Josh Allen, despite, some talks on being overrated and stuff. We'll get into that later. But, like, yeah, once things go a little bit south or a little sour, it's like these guys kind of just push the panic button. They give up. They're screaming at their guys.
They pull Harden.
Yeah, they pull James Harden. Another topic that we'll definitely be discussing later.
Diggs is probably going to force his way out of Buffalo.
That's what I was kind of getting at there a little bit. Yeah, I mean – if this continues, do we see Stephon Diggs in a new uniform next season?
I mean, his brother's like already trying to recruit him to Dallas.
Yeah, I saw that. And listen, like, I'm sorry, I just didn't talk for like 3 minutes, but I was just trying to get like the standings up. I wanted to see where the Bills were.
Yeah,
for the AFC, they're in 10th right now with a 500 record, 5-5. Josh Allen, 2,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. fourth in QBR, 72.1. So it's not like he's having like a horrifically bad season. It's just like they need the offense to win games, and that's why it's so glaring when they're losing.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a defense, as you guys had mentioned, that they've had a lot of injuries. Matt Milano was huge for them.
Yep.
Just kind of looking online and whatnot, I know a lot of fans have been disappointed in Ed Oliver since his rookie season. He hasn't really improved the way they thought he would. Von Miller, at his age, how much are you going to get out of him? Are you really going to rely on him to play every single game, every single snap? Like, it's kind of an oddly constructed team on the defensive end. But then they still, as Guy had mentioned, blew out the Dolphins.
Yeah.
They're just a wildly inconsistent team. And I think that's kind of how they were last year, too. That they just, they won the division last year, which wasn't really hard to do. The Patriots have no coaching whatsoever. The Jets were in disarray, and the Dolphins had to deal with the Tua injury or injuries. So they kind of like, they just strolled to win the division, and then everybody immediately thought they're going to be championship contenders this year. But if you look at a lot of the issues they had last season, they still have them.
And it's not even crazy to say, like, the Jets have a chance to win that division. Say Aaron Rodgers comes back somehow.
It's not likely.
It's still up in the air. Like, that division's still up for Jets in 3, all the way to third place with the Jets as 4 and 5. Like, that's not a huge drop off.
They already have one tiebreaker with the Bills. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's been a roller coaster weekend for me as a Jets fan, because once it lost to the Raiders, I was like, I think that kind of might be the first nail in the coffin right there. I was like, 4 and 5, Dolphins are kind of running away with it a little bit, and the Bills should beat the Broncos. I was all set on the Bills winning. Yeah. And then obviously now we see this inconsistent Bills team on Monday Night Football. And now that they lost, the Jets are still kind of striving. They still have a lifeline a little bit there. And yeah, I mean, we'll get into Aaron Rodgers' return in a sec. But yeah, that division's definitely stolen for the Jets for a little bit. I personally don't see it happening. Our offensive line is way too sus. But hey, you never know. Crazier things have happened.
I thought the Bills firing Dorsey was bizarre.
Yeah.
Especially, it was funny because in the game Monday night, Troy Aikman is praising Dorsey for his offensive play calling on that last drive, giving the ball to Cook, because the Broncos are all expecting the ball to be thrown. You have Allen, game on the line, you're going to go to him. No, we're just going to run it down your throat. And then Cook single-handedly gets them that drive. And then, like, Josh Allen, he scores the touchdown. He runs in. And you think, like, all right, this is fine. And then they lose the game specifically because
Denver
the defense
missed a field goal?
They missed a field goal that got called back because 12 men on the field, which honestly, not for nothing, that should never happen at any level of the sport.
Yeah.
Any. That's like 101. It's like it's like in basketball when you don't bring the ball up the court quick enough. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's the easiest part. And when you have a guy that's the guy who's behind the line, I forgot what player it was, is behind the line, you don't see there's a lot of guys here, like nothing. The whole thing was strange. I don't know if the Bills had
that's counting players.
I don't think the Bills had another timeout to take, but I certainly would have done it. But that was bad. But before that, the reason why the Broncos had such good field position there was because an awful defensive pass interference call. The guy clearly didn't even try to play the ball. It was one of the most blatant textbooks, the picture in the dictionary of pass interference. And I get it. The Bills' offense in general wasn't great that game. They were giving good field position to the Broncos for a good chunk of the game. But it's like, at some point, I do think it's fair to say, like, how much of this can you really put on the offensive coordinator? All right, they've obviously regressed without Daboll there, but the whole thing was just strange to me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's why I feel they're just point and blame. Like, they're just kind of panicking. Like,
so anytime a team makes a coaching decision mid-season, I always ask myself, so if you won that game, would they have been fired?
Exactly.
And if the answer is no, then you should never fire that coach. You should only win, lose, or draw. You should fire the coach. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be a one-game decision.
Yeah.
The Bills had 192 rushing yards. The Broncos had 122. The Broncos had 10 penalties for 61 yards. The Bills had 5 for 63. A lot of that on that pass interference call. The Bills had 4 turnovers. They lost 2 fumbles. That's on the coach. And 2 interceptions thrown. That's on the coach. Okay.
Yeah.
Third down efficiency, 3 for 8. Maybe you can ding them on that. That's fine. 0 for 1 on fourth down conversions. Fine. You can ding them on that.
I don't know if it's like maybe like the only thing I can think about them possibly the reasoning for firing him is maybe he's losing the team on offense. Like Diggs is starting to flare out. Allen saying stuff. Like maybe he's losing the locker room. I don't know.
Even if so, just my opinion. Even if so, Diggs can kick rocks. So that like, dude, like Diggs isn't the sole engine of offense there. Let Gabe Davis get his, let him eat
Dawson,
he can be replaced, man. I mean,
Dawson Knox. Who's their
Kincaid?
Kincaid, yeah, Kincaid.
But then you have Shakur too. Like their offense isn't bad.
It's not, and
no.
There's no patience.
More drama.
There's no patience in the game anymore, dude. It's like once things go south for one game, it's like I was just getting at with Diggs before.
They're on a very short leash, like with Dable. Like people are talking about firing Dable after 2 years, saying he's a one-hit wonder. Like I'm a Washington fan, and I'm a Dable guy. I think I don't think it's.
Yeah.
Listen, he has had some tough decision making, like that Andrew Thomas keeping him in, playing against Dallas week 1. Keeping Saquon in, keeping Daniel Jones in. But like, I'm not going to sit here and say Dable's a bad coach because 1 year. Like exactly. you gotta let them like experience this and lose, and then see how they come back next year. Then next year, year 3, you still haven't figured it out. Okay, maybe it's time to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, Washington's sitting here with Ron Rivera saying this is a 4 or 5 year rebuild, and he has the same record as 2019 as he does now. At 10 games. Like, I don't know. If Ken Dorsey's getting fired, how does Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera still have a job?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a big guy on sample size. I think Dorsey has had a great sample size.
He'll find a job.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll find a job.
The Bills are really going to kick themselves in the ass for this decision, in my opinion.
People are already saying that in the offseason he should just go to the Giants.
That would be great
for
the Giants.
They're basically building the good part of the Bills.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
The other thing about Diggs, and I'll get his stats up for the game, so I'm not talking out of my ass. But the thing with Diggs is it's not like he was going up against me. He had 3 receptions for 34 yards. But like maybe this is breaking news to people. Patrick Surtain II is one of the best defensive backs in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what, top 3, top 4 in the league, probably you'd say?
Yeah.
All right, so you're not going to get the ball all the time. Like, get over it, dude. This is the way the game is played. Get over it.
It kind of reminds me of George Pickens when Deontay Johnson got that touchdown. Everyone's all happy and stuff, and then Pickens just looks like depressed on the bench. I'm like, dude, you guys scored. It's your teammate. Like, I mean, like, why you got the puss on your face, man? It's like I said, these wide receivers, man, they're kind of a different breed in this day and age, man.
Yeah, was Diggs mad that he only got 5 targets? Okay, but were you open on others? Yeah. Like I don't understand. I get it. The wide receivers, it's like tale as old as time. The diva wide receivers.
Diggs, he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. You're going to get covered by one of the best backs in the league. It's just the way it is, depending on the matchup. Like, you're going to have Sauce covering you. You're going to have Surtain covering you. It's just the way the game's played, man. There's going to be days where the teams you play don't have a great secondary. You're going to torch them. You're going to get your 3 touchdowns. I don't know, man. It's just such a dramatized, divish league, man. It's crazy.
And maybe that factored into them letting go of Dorsey was not making plays and whatnot so he can get open or get in favorable matchups. But the point of the matter is to do this in the middle of the season, changing coordinators, I don't know how much.
And you're 5-5, you're not completely out. Like, now you have it's a bad
culture change in the middle.
Very bad move.
Yeah.
So you got to hope that this, maybe turns the corner as like maybe they turn into the Bills of last year, and
Yeah.
they just turn up and they start going crazy and putting up numbers like they do. But like this could go south too. Like they could suck. They could fall behind the Jets. Call me crazy. Like that's a possibility.
Only one game difference too. It just takes one bad week from the Bills, one good week from the Jets, then it's like, oh snap! Like, are we kind of out of this now? It's insane.
Yeah, the Bills are 10th in the AFC, and some of the teams ahead of them are the Browns, who are not going to have a quarterback for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
The Bengals they're good. Texans are good. The Colts, who are 5-5. It's Colts, Bengals, Texans, Browns, Steelers, Dolphins, Jaguars, Ravens, Chiefs. And by the way, Dorsey was so bad. The Bills have the second highest point differential in the AFC behind the Ravens. That's better, obviously, than the Chiefs, Dolphins, Bengals, everybody but the Ravens.
Yet Matt Canada is still calling plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. It's a bad move by the Bills. That's just it. It's a bad move.
And in the league, they have the fourth highest point differential. The AFC, the Cowboys, and 49ers.
That's why it makes you think, like, maybe it wasn't his coaching. Maybe there was something said, like there's locker room issues.
The locker room,
I'm just trying to think and try and make it sound like it was something not offensive play calling related. Like, I don't know. They're going to hear stuff soon, though. Like, this only happened, yesterday? Like, something's going to come out. Like, maybe he said something to Diggs. Maybe he said something to Allen. I don't know.
Well, what's he going to say to Allen? He's the offensive coordinator. What are you going to say? Stop turning the ball over anytime we need you to not turn the ball over?
Wasn't he the offensive coordinator that started smashing his iPad up in the booth? Did you see that clip?
I think so. Was that a year ago?
There was a clip of him like smashing his like playbook in the booth, because you know how they have the cameras on the offensive coordinators up in the booth, or the defensive coordinators.
That was last season, wasn't it?
I think so. I think it was like in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And also, now that you're bringing a new offensive coordinator mid-season, look at the teams you got to play the next 5 weeks. The Jets, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys. Oh, my God. And then the Chargers.
All 4 really good defenses.
Yeah. That's a brutal schedule for bringing in a new offensive coordinator middle of the season. I don't see this. They might have 4 straight losses. 5. Include the Broncos game.
They very well could, but I kind of want to turn to another team in the AFC East with the Jets, because it seems like they're also having a little bit of a spiff in the locker room. They had a team meeting in the after this week's game. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It was the Jets have a player only meeting after a loss to Raiders. What do you think happened, Nick, as a Jets fan? What do you think that player meeting was about?
Yeah, you're actually bringing this up. I haven't really been on my phone much, but this is actually the first time I'm hearing about it. And God, I mean, player-only meeting, it's probably got to address the QB situation. I mean, you look at Salah in the interviews and stuff. He's just not confident at all in Zach Wilson, just the answers he's given. So, I mean, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has a part in all of this. Obviously, he's a player on the team, so I'm assuming he does in these player-only meetings. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're addressing the problems on offense with Zach. That's the only thing I can really think of. The defense wasn't too crisp, as they usually are against the Raiders as well. So maybe the defense was kind of getting everybody together, maybe just trying to figure out how to get back to how they were playing just 2 weeks ago. There's a lot of stuff, man. The offensive line too. I mean, look, the defense has been carrying this team all season long. Rodgers is saying he's coming back mid-December, so maybe that had to deal with it. There's a lot that could have been talked about, but yeah, I mean, look, they're 4-5. I know we're just ragging the Bills, but you know, they're third in the division. They're talking about Rodgers coming back. We would need a miracle and a half, dude, just to have Rodgers come back, play great.
Now, is he coming back if they're out of playoffs? Because if you guys are out of playoffs and he comes back, I feel like that's just so stupid.
And honestly, like, even if we're in the hunt, he should not come back. That offensive line and a 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers on a leg and a half, dude, it just kind of screams disaster for me, personally. I want to see Rodgers play in 2024. I mean, if we were like 9-0 or something, or like we had the division on lock, all right, I'm down for it. It's just it's too suspect all over the board, man, just to have Rodgers come back. I want to see Rodgers play as much as the next guy, but man, you traded first and second round picks for this guy. You gotta try to keep him healthy, man. This year's just not it. I don't think so. They should hold off on Aaron Rodgers coming back this year.
So I'm just reading what they said. They said ex Garrett Wilson, and he said it was just a player meeting to kind of make sure we're all on the same page, get us out of this funk that we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much just just making sure everyone's on the same page, because you start to see it kind of boil over on the sideline where people are and I get it, you're in a game, like everything's high energy, adrenaline's going, so it probably looks like to us as fans over TV like they're yelling at each other, but they could also just be up and at it, like they just had a nice drive or something, like. So
the big "let's go, bro" or something like that.
It's very easy for us to take it out of context. Like maybe that wasn't something that was said. So I don't know. Jets are a very young, good team. They just let go of Michael Carter. I don't know if you saw that, Nick.
Yeah,
no,
I saw they released
Today?
Michael Carter.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday they released him. Yeah, as a Jets fan, man, it was.
I would have thought Cook was next. Not him.
I thought Dalvin Cook was next
for the money.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Michael Carter is such an awesome guy in the Jets locker room. They love him. Him and Brees are boys. Garrett Wilson, Sauce, they all love each other. And it was just 2 years ago, man, where Elijah Moore and Michael Carter were balling out for the Jets. I was like, all right, the new era's here, and now they're both gone. It's just like, it's crazy. It's sad. I get it. He wasn't as good. The product wasn't there on the field. But man, I would think Dalvin Cook, man, would have been more the guy to get the axe first, but it's sad. You gonna say, Dennis?
Yeah, I understand he's dogging Zach Wilson. He wasn't the reason they lost Sunday night. He wasn't. 8 penalties for 83 yards. 2 touchdowns on one drive. One of them he ran in himself for 26 yards, 25 yards, 20 yards, something like that. Touchdown that got called back because of penalties. What do you got to say? Like, what? Come on. Like, I understand. Listen, you guys know I've defended Zach Wilson quite a bit on here.
Yeah,
I get it. He's not Vinny Testaverde 2.0 or Joe Namath 2.0 or Chad Pennington 2.0. I get it. He's a young player. The team, and in fairness to him, the team developed much faster than I think they thought.
Oh, probably. Yeah, for sure.
So now, like, he's trying to play them into the playoffs when usually, like, he would just be growing. And people are saying, you need, like, an elite quarterback and all this stuff. Like, I get it, but how many top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL can there be? You got to make do with what you have. And, like, I said this in one of my text chains, that the Jets should be trying to win and play the exact same way the Steelers are winning and playing. The exact same way. You don't have a very good quarterback. Your offense is sketchy. Win with the defense. Just don't make stupid penalties. Every yard, every inch has to matter.
Yep. And the Jets are just magnets for flags, dude, and penalties. They get penalized like crazy.
In their own way. Every single game they get in their own way.
Yep.
And I don't think that's going to change with or without Wilson. I don't think that's going to change.
Yep.
I remember when they were 3-3, and I think I was on here at this point. Maybe I said it on another show that if I had told you going into the season with Rodgers, you were going to be 3-3 with the way that schedule started, you wouldn't have batted an eye.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand everybody keeps talking about Zach Wilson and the quarterback situation and whatnot, but not for nothing. I get it. The quarterbacks get paid the most, so they get the most attention. I get it. But you also got to be fair. Like, nobody wanted Zach Wilson to succeed outside of Jets fans. Nobody. He was
and he had the idea in his head that he was not starting a snap this year.
Yeah,
like they were up by 40.
Viewed as, when he got drafted, viewed as the pretty boy, Mormon Mahomes.
Yeah,
all like looked straight out of Central Casting for High School Musical or something. Like, everybody did not want this guy to succeed.
Yeah,
and people are trying to be proven right, and I don't think that's fair to the kid. I don't think he's.
He
bad.
does get a.
I saw a few posts that somebody said, "You're down 7. Who would you rather have, Mac Jones or Zach Wilson?" Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson is all the shit that you can give him for that's justified. He rarely plays his team out of games. Rarely. Quarterbacks are better, and you would win if they had him. But himself doesn't make the bad decisions. Mac Jones, oh my God, you want to talk about a diva? I mean, like that guy's body language is horrific.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, Zach Wilson at least tries, and he can run, he can do certain things. It's just, it's not there sometimes. And then there's other times when he plays against Patrick Mahomes, and he looks like the best quarterback on the field.
Yeah.
It's just, it's growing pains, man. Like, it is what it is.
And
hopefully they get the running game more involved, because that wasn't there for them Sunday night. No. That wasn't there for them at all.
I'll also add it.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'll add more to your argument as well. Drop passes too when Zach wasn't throwing it.
Yeah,
it's absolute kryptonite. Alan Lazard, man. Look, all respect. I'm a Jet fan. But I'm also a realist, dude. The amount of drop passes I've seen him do this year is ridiculous, man. That should have been easy catches. I'm
actually curious how many drops they've had.
I'm sure it's up there. Every game I watch, I feel like Zach Wilson makes these great throws, and then it's like they don't mean shit because they get dropped. Most of the time, it's Alan Lazard there. Michael Carter had a few drops. He has not been that good. I love him in the locker room, but it sucks that he's gone. But I definitely agree, though. Zach Wilson, man, he's not a top 10, whatever, 15 quarterback, but he is serviceable. He will get the job done if needed most of the time, but I don't know, man. It's just the Rodgers injury that just kind of threw off the whole.
Like I said, I don't think Zach Wilson had
no intentions of playing
this year.
Maybe at the end of the year if they
clinched the playoff spot. Behind Aaron Rodgers, and he's just a lost puppy out there, man. I mean, like I said.
And the offensive line is no help either. The offensive line is dog shit.
He has flashes of being that quarterback that they drafted, but I still think he needs to sit behind Aaron Rodgers and learn a lot. And hopefully, after Aaron Rodgers' time with Jets is done, he figured it out. But he's not ready to. I personally don't think he's ready to be a starting quarterback in the NFL at this moment in time.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think the instant gratification, not just in the NFL, but really in all sports, I mean, really in all of life, it's just gotten so out of hand. And he's just one of the victims of it. Not for nothing. Breece Hall, he's obviously an elite running back, 13 carries for 28 yards. Dalvin Cook, 4 for 26.
Yeah. They got
Are we sure they only lost by 4 points?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like like when their running game is cooking, like they're a really good offense.
Yeah, they gotta feed Breece, man. I feel like
defensive
run game, man. That's what you gotta do, bro.
Feed him. The guy had 13 carries.
Wow.
And I have to say though, on passing plays, the offensive line looked good. They took Max Crosby completely out of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like
they said the other guys on a mediocre defensive line, you guys have to beat us, and they couldn't. Like he was only sacked once?
How many rushing yards?
One sack for Zach Wilson
on the year.
How many rushing yards does he have?
Zach Wilson was sacked twice for only a loss of 6 yards. Breece Hall has 521 yards.
Okay.
On 107 carries.
So he's averaging 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, 5.3.
I mean, he's their lead back for sure, but I feel like he always has that one like huge chunk, like that huge gain. And whether it's a rushing or receiving, I don't know. He's a big time. I think he's their lead back for sure.
Yeah,
definitely. But last game really didn't show that.
They just got to keep feeding him. He's gonna find his openings and stuff. Keep feeding him. There's nothing much you can do. He's got to keep doing what you're doing.
No, it's just a tough thing to talk about with the Jets because like it's just like they have the defense to win. They have the offensive weapons. It's and Wilson does get a lot of the shit end of the stick because he's not Aaron Rodgers. But that's exactly it. He's not Aaron Rodgers. They had expectations of being this Super Bowl caliber team with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
They just got to hope that they make it afloat by the time Rodgers is ready to come back. And, if he comes back and they're not at that point where they're in the playoff talks, then I think you sit Rodgers and, focus on next year. But
these next few weeks are going to be very important. And look, if the Bills keep doing what they're doing, shit, the Jets might have legitimate shots. I mean, we'll see.
And then you got pretender Tua in Miami, who's just not.
They have yet to beat a good team.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're 0-3 against teams with a winning record. 0-3.
Yeah. That's huge. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, crazy things have happened.
Very weird year for football, man. Very, very weird, inconsistent year. I mean, this is not what I would have thought this year was like. But I mean, again, you can't really predict anything.
You know what else was a weird year happening? The NBA. The fact you have Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. You would think this team would be on a, I don't know, 10-game win streak, whatever. The Harden Clippers era starts off at 0-5. I mean, I think none of us here are shocked.
I wonder why.
I don't think any of us here are really that shocked. We've all said on the show the last couple of weeks, it's a recipe for disaster, that team. It's I mean, 0-5 is bad. That's bad. I thought they'd maybe show a little more upside, but shit, 0-5, man.
James Harden is just a cancer to a team, man.
I was so confident in this being a disaster that I bet money on their under right after the trade was made.
Yeah.
The projected was after the trade was made, the over-under, get this, on Caesars, 47.5.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, fuck. Under. Yeah. Under. And now I'm just kind of sitting back like, yes, keep it going.
Keep it
like Emperor Palpatine. Just
yes.
Like,
good.
Just sitting like, good. Listen, I'm not shocked this happened. You want to hear why? They traded literally all of their depth. Yep. I went through this on my college show Monday. That I just went through their team, and I think they only have like 7 or 8 players that are actually like good. Like, and I'm not trying to sound. I'm not obviously they're better than me, but like Brandon Boston Jr. What are your takes on him?
Dude.
Kobe Brown, Amir Coffey, Musa Diabate, Paul George. Hey, that's one of the good ones. James Harden. We'll put him in decent for now. Bones Highlands, decent. Yep. So Kawhi Leonard. All right, so 2 very good players. Terrence Mann, kind of underperforming, but we've seen his potential. So you 3-2. Yep. Jordan Miller, Mason Plumlee. I'll put that in good. He's a good center for them. Yeah. Norman Powell, down year, but you have 800 guards. I'll put him in decent. And then you have, so you're 7 players that you're confident going to. Then you have Joshua Primo, who's back in the league somehow.
Primo's back in the league?
He's back in the league.
There's not a worse team he could be
He might be on a 2-way contract because ESPN doesn't have a salary for him.
Yeah.
But then you have PJ Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and Vaka Zubac. So
they actually just signed Theis. It literally just popped up on my phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Legion of White Centers. Look at that. Yeah. No, but
what a dynamic locker room.
Yeah, right. Diverse. So they have like between 7 and 10 like decent to very good players. Really only 2 very good players and then decent players. But like, how much does PJ Tucker have left in the tank? Zubac has not been as good as he was the last year. Norman Powell has not been as good as he was last year. Terrence Mann has not been. You want to hear why? Because you have 800 guards on the team.
Yeah.
So you're taking minutes away from the guys that actually can play. So that's why they never should have made the Harden trade to begin with.
Yeah, they didn't need another guard.
All those assets they could have divvied up into different roles that they needed.
Yeah.
You know what team needs draft picks? The Trailblazers. You could have taken DeAndre Ayton. I get that he's not David Robinson, the way that he was projected to be out of college. But that could have solved the need for them if Zubac and Plumlee, this tandem didn't work out. All right, keep one, move out the other.
Exactly.
Like you could have had options, and by going with James Harden, that's their only option now. They don't have salary to move. Like their only other trade piece now is Russell Westbrook. But where are you going to trade? Where are you going to trade Russell Westbrook?
I think Westbrook's been around enough. But I mean,
was going to say, who else?
We can sit here and crap on James Harden all we want every single week, but I think we should talk about what happened yesterday in the UFC event. And
there was 2
Warriors versus Timberwolves.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Draymond Green, dude. When is this guy going to get kicked out of the league, dude? This guy is just a menace, man.
He's been in the league for how long?
Yeah,
15 years?
Yeah,
too long for these reindeer games.
Long time, dude. He's just putting Rudy Gobert in a choke. I'm like, dude, what is going on, bro?
I didn't know No one did anything. I feel like
he was dragging him across going too.
Listen, not for nothing, but I'm getting sick of Steve Kerr. Did you see his post-game press conference? Yet again, he puts no fault on Draymond Green.
Yeah,
no fault on Klay Thompson, who's Charmin soft. I remember when your boy, who was on the why am I forgetting his name? He was on the Suns last year. Mikal Bridges. Almost made him cry last year.
Yeah.
I'm not making that up because he was shit-talking him.
Yeah, he's so soft. I can't stand Klay.
So then he gets into it with, I think it was Naz Reid yesterday, grabs his jersey, gets his arm around his neck, and then Rudy, who's much taller than Klay Thompson, just goes to pull him off and just gets him by the head for a little bit. Let's go. And then here comes Draymond. Never a fair fight with him around. Comes in and gets him into a headlock, and nobody's trying to break it up. By the way, fuck the Timberwolves players.
They didn't do anything.
Stand up for your guy. If he's in a headlock right now, start swinging on him.
They have another 7-foot monster in Cat. What is he doing?
Seriously.
Where is he?
Cat's soft.
Seriously.
Cat's soft.
Seriously. Stand up for your teammates.
Yeah.
Your guy's in the headlock and nobody's trying to break it up.
Yeah, that's brutal. Draymond and Klay Thompson.
I'm sorry,
goons,
but like,
bro, they're goons.
The Warriors, they're the dirtiest team in the league, and for some reason, just because Steph does a couple of commercials and they never say no to an interview, everybody acts like they're the nice guys.
No, they're not at all.
But if you watch the way they play, they're such a dirty team. The league had to make a rule after Zaza Pachulia more or less derailed the career of Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
And then there was the incident with Green and Sabonis last year. And immediately everybody's trying to talk themselves into Draymond being right when he was wrong.
He's always been wrong his whole career, dude.
Always wrong. Kicking guys in the nuts.
Yeah, kicking Steven Adams in the nuts back in the day.
How many guys has he kicked in the nuts?
So many. Got suspended in the 2016 finals. Dude.
Yeah. Justifiably so. What did he do? He kicked LeBron in the nuts.
Yeah, he kicked exactly, dude. It's ridiculous.
The guy's got like a hit list.
Someone said that whenever Steph Curry's out, Draymond Green finds a way to get ejected.
That's what Rudy Gobert said.
That's what he said?
In the post-game press conference, he said that. He's right. He's absolutely right. Like Draymond Green, like
so funny.
He's a talented player, but at the same time, too, it's like.
I mean, bro, I can go out there, set screens, and throw the ball to Steph Curry and have him hit threes and have assists. Come on.
Yeah, well, Draymond's like a legitimately great defender.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say
very
otherwise. But at the same time, too, it's also like I don't get it. I don't get it. And another thing I hate that the Warriors do, they don't really call this much on anybody in the league, the moving screens. The Warriors do that shit so much.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Bogut. Did you ever hear the Andrew Bogut quote? He said that I used to do moving screens all the time when I was with the Warriors and I got away with it. The second I went to another team, I started getting called for it, and then I was out of the league.
Yep.
That's like such like a talk about being introspective, like just knowing like, I just got away with everything. And then
exactly.
Once I couldn't get away with it anymore, I got sucked.
Yeah. It's the classic Warriors way, man.
Like I said, I had no idea I know we talked about it, but I had no idea the in-season tournament started until yesterday when I saw Draymond Green put Rudy Gobert in a headlock. And then after I saw that, I clocked out because, like, it's just like, what am I watching? Am I watching basketball? Like, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
And there was another incident with the Lakers last night.
Yeah, I briefly heard about this one.
This was.
I actually had no idea about that. I didn't know.
Yeah, it got buried.
Draymond, man.
Was Lakers Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, classic. Yeah,
there's some kind of dust up there.
I'm trying to think what happened. Was it with LeBron? It was with LeBron.
No, it was Davis.
Oh, it was Davis. Okay.
Davis is like a full-on like Truck Robinson afro now. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's growing out the fro.
Let me see. I'm on the news.
I'm trying to find the video.
Who was on the Grizzlies then?
I'm trying to find it.
It's not Ja Morant. It had to be, and obviously Dylan Brooks is no longer on the team.
YouTube. Here we go. I'm just gonna type it in. Anthony Davis.
I feel like Desmond Bane's always getting some shit.
Davis fight. No, it wasn't him. It was a bigger kahuna.
After all this, you still got Denver #1.
It was Sante Aldama. Can I share my screen so you guys can see it?
Yeah, go for it. Okay, we'll let you.
I'll wait for this to go. Before I share it, all credit goes to Chaz NBA on YouTube.
NBA.
All credit goes to him. This is his video.
Thanks, Chaz.
Ready for the advertisement? Chaz, I don't know you. I'm sure you're a real one. We'll go. Alrighty. I'll go back to you. And how do I share my screen?
Go to present.
Present. Oh, that would make sense. Share screen. My screen sharing?
I don't see it.
Here we go. Just like that. Can you see it now? Oh, entire screen. Nope, window. Chrome tab. This one.
Let me see.
Also share tab audio. Yes. Is it up?
Not right now. No, not yet.
Is that up now?
No, not yet. You want to send me the link and I could maybe share it? That's weird.
Yeah.
It should let you. Let me see if there's a setting. Maybe if I click you. Here, wait.
I had no idea about this.
I can't even back out of this now. Now I'm locked in. It could just be my laptop. My laptop is very slow.
Yeah.
Players, news.
Sure.
Here.
Oh my gosh. I should have done this beforehand.
What did you type in? You did YouTube or Twitter?
YouTube. I just typed in Anthony Davis fight. I could just put the link in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This is amateur hour. Oh, I can't put the link in the chat. I'll email you.
All right. I got it.
Hold on, I'm trying to see it.
Letting this ad do its thing. But yeah, you listen to Pastimes on the Mic, though. This is little technical difficulties. This ad is so loud, dude. All right, let me see. Present. Maybe if I share my screen, it'll take you out of yours. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
All right.
I used to be able to kind of manage it better.
Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Escape. Oh, hey, I hit escape. There we go.
You can see the status? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. AB turn at the other end. Look out.
Yeah.
They're going to call a double T. Wow, that surprises me. Yeah, I thought it was just going to be on AD. And look at Desmond Bain.
Yeah, like I said, Desmond Bain.
Serious bad blood right now.
I like Desmond Bain.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Bain standing up to Davis.
He's standing up for his guy.
Came in, pushed him aside.
Now we got a technical foul, I believe, on the Memphis coach. And this is what started it all. Nice outlet pass by LeBron right over the top. AD with the easy hoop. And then when he turns to come back in, they kind of collided and two-hand shoved there by Anthony Davis. And that's what started all of the
How is that a double tap?
Curricular activities. Desmond Bain trying to protect his teammate, but I don't know you want to end that.
Going to review the play for an altercation that does not immediately dissolve through the intervention of the referee.
He's just towering over him.
Came in, Peacemaker.
Then there's Cam Reddish right there in the middle.
I mean, they didn't toss him immediately, did they? I don't think so.
No.
I love that thumbnail. The Rudy Gobert thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that was kind of crazy too. I mean,
that was like straight up shove him to the ground.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. But
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Desmond Bain though, like we were just talking about with the whole Timberwolves scenario of Rudy Gobert, no one kind of stepping up. Desmond Bain, right up front and center, like you said, guy. AD
Clearly knows he's not tall enough or whatever, but he's getting up over there. Like he's getting in his face. Good for him.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain is a great name, by the way.
Yeah, Desmond Bain. Sounds
That's
badass.
a great. That's who was born to be like. He was born to have a Wikipedia page.
Yeah, Desmond Bain. Sounds like kind of sounds like the ego of like a superhero or supervillain. Yeah,
I don't know if you want to touch on what's going on with the Nets, and then maybe jump over to baseball with
we can talk about the Nets a little bit. Yeah,
but they lose Ben Simmons and
Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas obviously.
Yeah, too. And I was raving about both these guys. Still am. Hopefully, come back soon. Cam Thomas should be back next week. But yeah, that's the team of Ben Simmons, man. That guy's got a lot of baggage, dude. A lot of injuries with his back and stuff. Hey, like I said earlier in the show, that guy was playing great, almost averaging a triple-double. Granted, it was a Draymond Green triple-double. You know, your 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. But, hey, I mean, he doesn't have to score a lot on this team, and it's a huge loss. Great on defense. And then Cam Thomas, dude, I couldn't believe it. And freaking PJ Tucker, dude, they were playing the Clippers. And Cam Thomas, like him and PJ Tucker got into like an awkward position where he rolled his ankle, whatever. Yeah, brutal. It's gonna be brutal 2 weeks without Cam Thomas. The guy's a freaking walking bucket. That's 30, 40 points you're losing there a night.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but when you got guys like putting up those numbers, you don't really need Ben Simmons to score buckets. You know?
Exactly. He does not have to score on this team at all. He just distribute and play defense, dude. That's all you gotta do. Get to the rim.
Even doing that, he can't stay on the court.
Get some rebounds. Yeah, he's just glass, man. It's sad. It really is. He's only 20, like 7
because I just remember like when I was watching him at LSU, and then when he came into the league and he was practicing with LeBron, and LeBron called him like the young prince. Like I was all in on Ben Simmons. I really thought he was gonna be like the next like big thing.
He still is like one of my favorite players, dude. Like back in the 60s.
But his fall off, man, like has just been.
It's tragic. It is tragic.
It's so strange.
Like I really thought that guy was going to take over the league. Didn't he sign a max with the 76ers?
Yeah, he was like, this guy was good for like 20, like 10 and 10. Like this guy could have averaged triple double like in his prime, bro. Like it's insane. Awesome defender, insanely great defender. Him and Embiid, dude, that was like such a great duo back in the day. And then I don't know, I guess the mental part of the game really took a toll on him.
Yeah.
It's brutal. It just some guys just can't like shake that. It's brutal. One of the insane prospect, dude. Insane NBA prospect coming up.
Yeah, I remember his hype.
Yeah, he was awesome. I remember him and Lonzo, dude. Those two were like the talk of the town. And Lonzo's I think Lonzo's even sadder. That's an even sadder case.
You know what it was he had it figured out. He left the Lakers and he like overnight was really good.
Yeah.
Like borderline, like elite, like a borderline all-star. Everybody was waiting for him to take the next step, and now his career is practically over.
Yeah.
Because of injuries.
Brutal, dude. He was great on the Chicago Bulls, right?
Such a good defender.
Yeah, another great defender. Great.
That's always what I liked about him. He always gave 110% effort. Something that Simmons has been criticized for.
Yeah.
Is the effort. And not taking accountability and whatnot. I kind of got the impression that Simmons may not be, the easiest for certain coaching staffs to deal with.
Yeah.
It's not like I have sources on that or anything. It's just like what people have said over the years.
Yeah.
But like it seems like he's kind of figured out and accepted, like, I got to change more than just like my play. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It seemed like going into the season that he was going to figure it out. Simmons. So
yeah, it looked like he was. He looked really like comfortable and fluid on the floor. Like maybe Jock Vaughn kind of, maybe talked a little confidence booster into him or something. Just playing with Mikal, Cam Thomas. It's like we said, doesn't have to score, doesn't have to be the number one guy there, less pressure.
So many shooters on that team.
So many great shooters on that team, and it's just it's the only thing now I think is just the injuries. I think that's why he's so scared to get. He's a big dude, and he's scared to dunk and get to the rim against these other smaller guards. I think he's just afraid to get hurt, and I think it's just kind of like you can't escape at this point.
I think you're right. I think that's what it is. It's like when you see, oh my God, I forget the name of the dude from the Cubs 15 years ago, 16 years ago, something like that.
On the Chicago Cubs?
He got called up first game in the majors. He gets hit in the head. He was the number one prospect in baseball. Never played again.
Chicago
in the
Cubs.
Big leagues. It wasn't somebody that took a household. He played in one game. Oh my God. Chicago.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Marlins hit by pitch. I forget the dude from the Marlins who hit him. Adam Greenberg.
Adam Greenberg.
Was his name?
I've heard it. That's a guy I never really dove.
He was an outfielder. This was 2005.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Even earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
But he was called up to the Cubs, and then he was hit oh my God. Yeah, the very first pitch he saw and the only pitch he saw at the major league level.
That's
Valerio de los Santos hit him.
Welcome
Got a concussion, 92-mile-an-hour fastball to the head.
That's
got a concussion and taken to the hospital. And the guy actually called him to apologize and whatnot, but he couldn't sleep upright or even bend down to tie his shoes without losing his balance. Spent the rest of the 2005 season on the 15-day DL and had vertigo. Terrible headaches, nausea, double vision, and dizziness. Never able to turn it around. Like you see it a lot in baseball. If a guy gets hit by a pitch, their demeanor changes for a while afterwards.
Up.
You see it obviously in fighting after a guy gets knocked out for the first time.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, like you see it a lot in other sports. I'm sure in hockey, you guys are hockey fans. I'm sure there's probably tons of examples of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when I played lacrosse, there's a few kids I played with that had injuries, and when they came back, they were like a little sketchy.
Yeah, no, it definitely is like, it's a physical thing, then it definitely becomes a mental thing after that. It's like, I don't want to go through that again. You kidding me? Like, yeah, it sucks because he does look, Ben Simmons does look great, when he's, doing his thing with the Nets, man. But yeah, injuries. Some guys at this point just can't escape it. It's brutal. Him and Lonzo, man. I just wish their outlooks kind of changed a little bit, man. It sucks. I was so hyped for both of those prospects coming up, and they kind of fell to similar trajectories a little bit. Sucks. But yeah, so the Nets, I mean, the Nets are still kind of staying afloat, though. Lonnie Walker's a baller. Dennis Smith Jr. is kind of getting some run. Yeah, Lonnie Walker, dude, that guy's a bucket, dude. He's awesome. So they got the depth. So hopefully, the Nets kind of just keep this formula going. Keep your young stars, Mikal, CT, and then just keep supplying them with depth, man. That's the way you got to do it in basketball, bro. That's the way it is. They got a good
season. Sorry, continue.
They got a good young team, man, and it seems like one guy goes down, someone else steps up for them. So I'm not too worried. I think they can finish the season off pretty strong.
In the offseason, I thought Dennis Schroeder would have been an excellent pick for them.
Yeah, that
another just like build all around defense.
Exactly.
And just slow games down. I thought that would have been
good pickup for the Nets.
Yeah,
Claxton's back too now too. Cam Johnson's back as well. So
yeah, I saw that the other day that Johnson was playing.
Yeah, Johnson had two back-to-back really good games. So easing him back in. I think they're gonna be fine. Cam Thomas comes back next week.
Is there any word on a Draymond suspension yet? How long?
I haven't heard anything, but this guy, dude, they got to do something with this guy.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I was the commissioner, I'd say 15 games.
Yeah, dude.
And after the appeal, 10.
He's been doing
how much has happened over the years.
Yeah, he's been doing this shit for years, man. It started like in high school, man. It's like, come on, man.
How many times has Looney been involved in something? None.
Yeah,
I like Kayvon Looney.
Yeah, Kayvon Looney's sick.
Kayvon Looney for president.
Kayvon Looney for president.
I like. Remember last year, everybody kept saying Sabonis has been dirty the whole playoff series, and Looney came out and said, "No, he hasn't."
Yeah, exactly.
I love that guy. I want that guy to be on the Suns so badly. Just, I'm going to play 82 games, play 30 minutes a game, and just get 10 rebounds in the regular season, and then just
honestly
turn into peak Andre Drummond in the playoffs, and nobody can stop me.
Yeah, Kayvon Looney does give me big like Phoenix Suns vibes for some reason. I could see him in a Phoenix Suns.
He's
jersey.
like the 2020s Rick Mahorn.
Exactly.
It's just like he's not that good, but anytime you need him to be good, he just like turns into like a superstar for 20 minutes. I love it. Love that guy.
And you know who else I can see in a different jersey is possibly this season? Zach LaVine. Seems like Zach LaVine is getting a lot of calls from teams. Interested to see who you guys think where he might end up this year.
I gotta even see where like the standings are.
Standings
I have not been following this as much as I should. The Bulls are 4-7. Yikes!
Yeah, I think they're gonna be sellers for sure.
They gotta be at this point. They should have been last year.
Maybe the Miami Heat. Weren't they trying to get another guard?
I mean, it wouldn't have hurt.
Right. 7-4 Miami Heat. 76ers without James Harden 8-2. I didn't realize
God.
how good they were doing. Holy shit.
Yeah,
but
they're
isn't
first in the
Maxey
league.
like going
Maxey's
off?
ball. Maxey's having a great year.
Yeah, he dropped 50 on the Pacers.
Yeah, he's starting to flourish. The Pacers themselves are having a good year. Celtics 8-2 as they should be.
Highest scoring offense in the league, the Pacers.
Yep.
Zach LaVine, the $40 million contract, that's going to be tough to move.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know who could have gotten him? The Clippers.
Yep.
For the exact same package.
Exactly. Younger, probably maybe fits the offense a little bit better.
And those Clippers picks are, with the way they're leveraging their future, those Clippers picks, one first-round pick that could easily be a top 5 player in the draft.
Yep.
So, because that's what it's about. It's not just getting the first-round pick. It's kind of like betting on that team to fail down the road.
Isn't Jamal Murray out for a month on the Nuggets?
Yes. I don't know if it's a month, but he's going to miss like a substantial amount of time. I saw like a month, but I think I saw a month like 2 weeks ago.
Pair up Zach LaVine on the best team in the Western Conference. Get another guy for Jokic to feed. Could be disgusting. It could be nice. I don't see the Timberwolves going after him. I don't see the Mavs going after him.
See the Knicks going after him?
Possibly.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I'm them. I would just wait to get
Knicks,
Mitchell in the offseason. But
exactly, yeah. The Knicks, I think, should just keep doing what they're doing. So what? Isn't RJ Barrett having a pretty good year?
I think he just got hurt.
Really? He's hurt now?
I don't know if he's hurt, but I just know he was out last game.
Nets are 6-5. We don't need him though. The Bucks probably after trading Dame, I don't see them going to the Bucks.
I was thinking Timberwolves, but I don't think that would work out.
No.
With
I'm going with the Miami
Edwards.
Heat. I feel like the Heat, they missed out on Dame. They missed out on Bradley Beal. I feel like they're going to go for something. You know, they're a top 3 team.
Does this say how much cap teams have available?
Yeah, Bulls are 4-7. 4th worst team in the East.
Oh,
I wonder if DeMar DeRozan gets traded too. I don't know how his contract's looking or whatever. Suns are only 4-6. I thought they were better than that.
When so happens, but your entire team is hurt. Who saw that coming?
Yeah. Warriors are only 6-6 as well. I don't see the Lakers going after him. I'm going with the Nuggets or the Heat. I think it's gotta be one of those.
To be honest with you, Hero is making $13 million less than Levine, so I could see that happening.
Yeah.
You had said, do they want another guard? But realistically, it can happen.
Yeah. I was just going by who they were going at. I know they really wanted Dame. They really wanted Bradley Beal. Those are the 2 guys that they were going for. And someone else too, I think. But
you know, it's actually not a bad idea. Levine and Vucevic for Hero and picks.
That could be good.
Or throw in like Jaime Jaquez or somebody else.
Because what? You got Adebayo at center. Jimmy Butler. He's small forward.
Move Adebayo to where he should be playing, power forward.
Oh, power forward. Okay. Then Vooch to center.
Yeah.
That could be disgusting. That could be really good. That could be really good for the Heat. Yeah. I can see Levine to the Heat too. He just seems
I can see James Harden getting traded at some point this year from the Clippers.
Yeah. The Rockets. Back where it all started.
Yeah.
Kinda. Well,
did you hear that? What happened?
What?
They wanted to bring James Harden back, and Ime Udoka said no, absolutely not.
Yeah, because
smart.
The head coach.
Because Udoka knows he's a great coach. He knows.
Yeah. Hopefully, he knows to keep it in his pants this time around. Oh, ouch.
So, you guys want to shift gears to baseball?
Sure.
Yeah. We can definitely have a hot. Well, not really. Yeah. It's a hot topic. The NL.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely not a hot take. It's definitely a hot topic, though.
It's a hot topic. Yeah, I almost said hot take. It's a hot topic, though. Yeah, the
a lot
NL
of people
Cy
talking
Young
about
candidates.
this.
Yeah. So pretty much, the awards are
two
announced
guys
tonight, right?
Two guys definitely deserving. One maybe not so much on the list deserving because of other possible candidates.
The awards are announced tonight, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So all right. So whatever. The finalists are. We'll get right into it. The National League Cy Young. So all year, especially on Bat and Chat, Dennis, when we would talk, it felt like it was a 3-legged race between Justin Steele, the Chicago Cubs, Spencer Strider, the Atlanta Braves, and Blake Snell, the Padres.
And Gallen.
Snell started off pretty slow.
Gallen was always up there, but I feel like those three were always like
kind of
the most talked about. Yeah. And then Logan Webb had a great year. But the finalist turns out to be Snell, Logan Webb, and then Zach Gallen. God, look, I love Zach Gallen and Logan Webb. I love them. I have them both in fantasy. They're great. Love them as talents. Strider and Steele should be there over those two guys. I'll die on that hill. 110%.
I thought Steele should have won it.
How you feeling, guy?
I just don't. I saw this clip on TikTok. Maybe shouldn't always trust the source, but the guy sounded very convincing. Like I said, I don't really keep up with baseball, but I mean, like, I'll say I'm a casual fan, but I mean, like, Steele is just in every category in the top 3. It looks like
Steele should have been a finalist without a doubt, and I wouldn't argue
16
too much
wins.
against
What do
Webb.
you have? 5 losses.
Yeah, he had a very good win-loss percentage. He had
You
170
guys know
strike.
I love my wins.
ERA at 3.05. Webb had a 3.25.
Steele had a pretty gross end into the season, which kind of ruined his chances a little bit. But he should have been a finalist regardless, though. He had a better. He had
176 strikeouts. Yeah, I mean, listen, I always saw him talked about, so like, I just don't know how Steele is not a finalist in this race. I don't know, and Strider too, obviously.
Strider had 281 strikeouts.
Wow.
Honestly, looking at Strider's year, I didn't realize he led the National League in both wins and strikeouts. He had 20 wins and 200.
Nothing against Webb.
That's come on,
like,
bro. That's
a sick year.
Come on.
It should have been Steele, Strider, and Snell as finals. Snell's going to win it, and I'm not against that. Snell was my vote all year, pretty much. Snell had a sick year, dude. He had an awesome year. High walk rate. Besides that, all across the board, awesome year.
Strider had.
You know what this is?
Year.
This is what it is. I'm telling you right now because I'm looking at the stats on Baseball Reference. I'll tell you exactly what it is right now. I have all the National League stats in front of me. You know what this is? People just looked and saw the war for pitchers and went Snell, Webb, Gallen. I don't know how Senga got skipped over. He had the third highest war. This is once again, Senga should have been in 4th.
Yeah,
Senga was 2nd in ERA, 3rd in WAR, not listed for wins, but the Mets were really bad, so I'm not going to dig you on that. 3rd lowest hits per 9, Senga was. 9th highest win-loss percentage. Like, he was just kind of everywhere, just on lists. So I thought he had a real chance at getting there. Webb is like on none of these. He's on WAR for pitchers, but he also played some of the most games, if I'm not mistaken.
It's nothing against Webb, but I just feel like there's other deserving guys.
And I feel like Webb. Yeah. Wait, you said Webb is high on the WAR list, right?
He's 2nd. He's 5.5. Yeah, because Snell was 6.0.
Because I'm pretty sure he was the only good part of the San Francisco Giants this year.
It was him. I just had it somewhere.
Yeah, so it's like
complete games.
That's BS, dude. I'm sorry. I love Logan Webb, but and God knows how much I love Logan Webb. I was hyping this dude up all.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Logan Webb had
a realist.
The 3rd highest game started at 33. Strider had 32. But the innings and stuff like that kind of didn't favor Webb as much as I'm kind of making it, kind of alluding it to. But he had 2 complete games. Webb, like, he didn't have a bad season by any means.
No, he had a great year.
Other people had better seasons. Like, it's just
it is what it is.
Deserving players for that award.
The fact that Gallen and Logan Webb are both up there, and I like to keep it simple. Like, I like WAR, sure, but like, I look at the ERAs and stuff. Yeah, sure. Strider's ERA was high, but like, dude, if you're gonna put Zach Gallen and Logan Webb, who both had north of a 300 ERA, Strider should be at least runner-up for Cy Young this year. He had a 3.86 ERA, but dude, 282 strikeouts and 20 wins. He's just the ERA category away from winning the Triple Crown, which would be an automatic Cy Young at the end of the day on the best team in the regular season.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact Strider's not a finalist is insane to me.
The thing this is what's going to happen. Webb is going to get it because of the advanced analytics. Strikeouts.
If Webb would
per base on balls, Webb for every 6.258 strikeouts, he lets up a walk. Highest in the league. Well, highest in the National League, that is, by almost an entire strikeout. And Steele is third in that category. Strider is fourth in that category. But like a lot of the those kinds of stats favor him.
Yeah.
I think Senga should be fourth.
Yeah, Senga should definitely be top four.
I think I would have gone Strider or Steele 1, the other one 2, then Snell, then Senga, then Gallon, then Webb.
That was, I remember back in Bad and Chat, like in late August and September, we were talking. It was like, dude, the top 4 was like Snell, Steele, Strider, and then Senga was like knocking on the door for top 3 for Cy Young towards the end of the year.
How he didn't win Rookie of the Year is beyond me. Like for the last month of the season, I was like, so Corbin Carroll was going to win it, right? And nobody could push back on it. And I hate it's the Sabonis Hideki Matsui argument. It is so bad. Which is
look,
they were a professional for 10 years or whatever in another league first, so they shouldn't be a Rookie of the Year award.
So
that's not fair. That's not fair.
I will say this: Corbin Carroll definitely has my vote for Rookie of the Year, but I will agree with you on that because you're not going to give Ichiro his Rookie of the Year in 2001.
He got it. Yeah, he got his.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to give it to him.
He got his.
It's BS, dude.
And I honestly think Matsui didn't get his because he was Japanese. I don't think that he got it because he wasn't a rookie. I think it was racist that he didn't get it. Personally.
What was his rookie?
I'm not one of those people. It went to some guy who didn't even have a career.
It was 03, right? 2003?
Yeah.
I'm curious now. 2003 AL rookie.
It was kind of a bum. Like Matsui didn't get it, and I think they're mad that Ichiro had gotten it in 01. That's my takeaway. Because if you look at it, you had to find a reason to not give it to Matsui.
Oh my God. Angel Barrera won that year. This guy was a one-hit wonder, dude.
What was the stats? Matsui went off. He had like 30-something homers, didn't he?
So in 2003, here's the winner of the Rookie of the Year in 2003. Angel Barrera. I have a bunch of his baseball cards for the Royals. He had a good year. 163 hits, 17 home runs, 73 ribbies, 21 stolen bases, bad 287, whatever. OPS of 101. Hideki, though, was nuts that year. Hideki cleared. As a Yankee fan, I'm pretty sure Hideki cleared. Yeah. Hideki had more hits, 42 doubles, 16 home runs, so like one less home run, more RBIs, 106, and he had an OPS of 109, 8 points higher than Angel Barrera. Yeah, Hideki got robbed. He should have been Rookie of the Year. Yeah, he was 29 years old, but it was his rookie season.
So let me ask you a question. Now, Mike Yastrzemski didn't win Rookie of the Year, but when he came up, he was 29. Should he be considered a Rookie of the Year? He's older than everyone else.
Look, I remember people were arguing about this.
It's a stupid argument.
With Ben Simmons because he didn't play the year he got drafted. He got hurt or whatever. Dude, I don't care. You have to be on the field, the court, or whatever. If it's your first year, it's your rookie year. What are we debating here? It's insane to me. It's insane. It's like
it's so
so like I remember people saying, "Oh, Ben Simmons should not have won Rookie of the Year because it's his second year." No, it's not. Yeah, I mean it's his second year after getting drafted or whatever, but he didn't play a single game. He wasn't even on the roster. Like it's same thing with David Robinson on the Spurs back in the day. He didn't play the first couple of years. He was in the military or the Air Force or whatever. Yeah, it's like dude. Yeah, in the Navy. Yeah, exactly. It's like you got to play.
So stupid.
It's stats.
It's so stupid that people vote that way.
I know.
So stupid. Because I think Kodai Senga should have easily won Rookie of the Year. Easily.
Wow.
Because if you're gonna say he's fourth or fifth for Cy Young, you know what I mean? Like it's
Corbin Carroll's definitely in the MVP. Well, I wouldn't say he's definitely MVP conversation, but like I think there's a case you could make for MVP. But
Nick,
I mean, come on, Arizona made it all the way.
Matt Olson hit 46 homers.
I know. I'm taking all those guys over, but I'm saying I feel like if this makes sense, like I think Corbin Carroll. You think it's equivalent? I think Corbin Carroll was just as good as a hitter his rookie year as Kodai Senga was as good as a pitcher in his rookie year. That's what I'm more so like getting at here. I think Corbin Carroll was insane this year, dude.
Was Senga a finalist for Rookie of the Year?
Had to be.
Right? 2023 Rookie of the Year.
Had to be. Yeah, he came in second.
Oh, he did. Okay. All right.
He came in second.
Right.
He got some votes.
I would have flipped out. Dude, I can't get over the Matsui one.
Yeah, that's insane. That's
actually However, after you read the stats back, it's not as egregious as I thought, so I take it back.
Yeah, it's definitely like, all right, he definitely had Angel Burrow. Well, shout out to him. I don't always listen to this or what. I haven't heard this guy's name in well over 10 years. But
so maybe that is why they gave it to him, because it was close enough.
It was close, but
I remember if you actually read articles from that time, it is cited as that's why they didn't give it to Matsui, was because he was a professional.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Which is such like horse crap.
And I guess the only argument I could come up with is that, and I would even say this, but it's the only thought I can make pretty much is that, the competition or whatever they've had for years, but it's like the minor leagues though, like these guys play in the minor leagues for a good amount of years too. And it's like, I don't think the competition between the minors and the KBO or Japanese leagues or whatever is too far off, because you see guys ball out in the KBO and Japanese leagues and then they don't do shit in the MLB. So it's like, I don't know. It's a stupid argument. I agree. If it's your first year at that level, you're a rookie. That's the way it is.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, there's no arguing time. You're arguing reality. It's insane. But yeah, so I mean, back to the NL Cy Youngs though. Spencer Strider and Steele definitely got robbed. Senga should have been fourth. I agree with that. But my vote's going Snell out of those three guys.
Oh, out of the guys that are there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They just kind of gave the Snell. Snell was my vote to begin with, but they kind of just gave it to him now at this point.
I kind of want to hear the people who voted for Webb. And dude. I wonder if it was, you've seen this in the past, and I'm trying to think of examples for this, but nothing's really jumping out to me, of guys that get voted. They're not voted first or second, but they're voted, like they're not voted first place, but they're voted enough times. This is the Rick Porcello Cy Young Award.
Yeah.
When other guys fluctuated so much that because he was consistent, he got it.
Yeah.
Because everybody said he's third and not something different.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you can get.
So despite Verlander having more first place votes that year, Rick Porcello, when he won.
Yeah,
it was Rick Porcello who won the Cy Young Award,
Porcello won over Verlander in 2016.
18?
Yeah,
or 16. That's it.
16. Yep.
I
remember that.
He had gotten it, but if you actually looked at the voting, that like you could argue that he really kind of shouldn't have, because he wasn't a first place vote, I think, on anybody's ballot.
Because like I'm just throwing random numbers out here. Like Verlander probably got like 20 first place votes, and then whoever came in second or whatever, third, got 20 first place votes, and then Rick Porcello had like 10 first place votes. But 55 third place votes. He was the
he split the votes.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Kind of like when they vote in like Survivor or Big Brother or something like that.
Yeah.
The vote split. Like it's like he kind of lucked into it.
Yeah.
But it's strange. Do you like the voting in baseball? I feel like they get it wrong.
They get it wrong
very often.
Like
I thought Cole should have won it in 19. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, Cole should have won 19. Verlander had a fantastic year in 19, but it was Cole, man. He led the league in ERA and wins or whatever. ERA and strikeouts. He had like 326 strikeouts that year. It's insane.
I think he might have led in wins as well. He had more wins than Verlander, certainly.
I think
Verlander had a lower ERA.
Cole had the ERA and the strikeouts, and Verlander had the wins and the whip. I think that's what it was.
You sure? I think it's the other way around.
I think I'm confident in that. I think Cole had the ERA and the strikeouts.
Let me look that up now.
2019?
2019.
I think Cole led the league in ERA and Ks.
I thought he was wins. Oh my God. Baseball Reference gets me so mad.
250 ERA, led the league, American League.
Thank
you. 326 strikeouts. Cole led the league in American League. And then Verlander had the wins and the whip. Verlander had like one more win. That was it.
Okay. I always thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, Verlander had 21 wins.
God. And if you ask anybody about that 2019 season, they'll tell you his Cole's double-digit strikeout streak.
Yeah, dude, he was.
And you can't tell me anything Verlander did that year. I think maybe he threw a no-hitter.
Yeah,
but Cole had that he broke Randy Johnson's streak or tied Randy Johnson's streak for most consecutive double-digit strikeouts.
Insane, dude.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So if he gets robbed again, I'm gonna ram my head through a wall.
Yeah, there's no way Garrett Cole does not win the Cy Young.
Oh my God,
he absolutely cleared it this year. So yeah, Colford. Who's the finals? It's Kevin Gosman and Sonny Gray, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna bring up the numbers. I think any baseball fan would know Garrett Cole washed both of them this year.
It should be unanimous.
Yeah, it really should. It's no competition. Yeah, so Cole, Snell, MVP. It's gonna be what, Ohtani and probably what, Acuna, I guess.
Acuna should win MVP.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward this year.
80
Did you guys see what? Did you guys see what Cashman came out and said about Stanton?
Oh my God!
I'm okay with that. What's he gonna say? The guy's Lou Gehrig,
he's not wrong.
Cal Ripken. The guy gets hurt every other Tuesday.
Stanton can't stay on the field. He's made of fucking glass.
It's not wrong, but it's also
he could have said it
not professional. Yes. He said what everyone else is thinking, and he's
basically prepared to know that Stanton's not playing all the games this year. And
it's just the position of power that he's in, and like what his position is, and like how he said it. It's kind of like, all right, listen, that's your guy. You know, you traded for him. You got to back you guys up a little bit there. I would have said something more the lines like, no one plays 162. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah, that's all you got.
PR 101.
Yeah, it's just like public. Like, I don't know. It's not good. Not good press for. He's not, like I said, he's not wrong. It's just not good press.
Definitely not good if you're talking about possibly trading him.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was trying to get at. Now I heard his Stanton's agent said some shit. He was just like,
"Oh, dude,
yeah, you saw that."
I know I just got like really like revved up, but dude, it's worse. Do you know who that guy represents?
Besides Stanton?
Yeah.
Who?
Yamamoto, the pitcher.
Oh,
and the guy when the guy came out and responded to Cashman, said, "I think it's important for my clients, both domestic and foreign."
Yes, yep.
That was like
to stay away.
Kidding me.
And yeah, and like guys said,
if this guy's gonna make it a hard time because everybody is if this guy's gonna give Cashman a hard time because Cashman said the sky is blue and the Pope is Catholic. And like, I mean, come on, Stanton's gonna get hurt and play only 100 games at most. Come on, we all know that.
Yeah,
I love Stanton. He's one of my favorite players in the league. That guy hits scuds.
Yeah,
literally like won us a playoff series. I'm nothing against Giancarlo Stanton. The guy's made of glass.
Yeah, he is.
It happens.
Nope.
It happens.
And obviously, his agent was pissed. I did not know about Yamamoto. I actually did not know that was his agent as well. That's a huge
So that's
he wants to go to. He's saying though he wants to go to New York. Yamamoto.
Yeah, but people are saying he might want to go to the Mets now instead of the Yankees.
But what Guy was saying though, this guy were trying to trade. Yeah, you kind of put a little
like, why am I going to trade for Stan if he's hurt all the time?
Because I was thinking, like, you know, I don't know anyone who is going to trade for Stan. There's only one team and one player that I could really think of in a situation like that you could trade Stan for, where the money lines up and the years line up as well. That would be the Angels with Mike Trout. But I feel like Mike Trout would have to be like, I don't want to play in Los Angeles anymore. I want to play for more of a team that's committed to winning. And granted, look, last year was horrible for the Yankees, but they are a team that does try to put the best team out there, and they're usually never in the tanking conversation. They always have their minds set on the playoffs. So, I mean, that would be the only, like, realistic, and that's not even realistic to begin with, but that's the only kind of option I can think of when it comes to trading Giancarlo Stanton. So, yeah, you're kind of putting a red flag now next to Stanton's name and saying, oh, yeah, he gets hurt all the time. You might get 80 games out of it. You might get 100 games.
Like, oh, here, buy this car. It breaks down a lot, but, you know, we'll sell it to you for $5,000.
It's just kind of a boneheaded word.
Yeah, it was a bad look.
Is it wrong? No, but you gotta sell it better, man. That's just kind of it's brutal.
But, yeah, I mean, the thing is with Stanton, he needs to go to a team, and I keep almost trying to speak it into fruition. He needs to go to a team like the Marlins.
Yeah.
A team that realistically has more money than God, because they spend nothing on their team. Nothing. Go to a team that has no payroll, just be half their payroll for their team, and just have protection in the lineup.
Yeah.
Because you have so many contact hitters on the Marlins that can't score because the ball just dies. It's a small ball team. So go old school, one in the cleanup spot, just one big slugger to just get 40 bombs a season. I mean, like, honestly, like that's the perfect team for him.
Yeah.
And I think the Yankees should trade Carlos Rodon for Juan Soto, which I think I said last week. That's another one I'm trying to speak into fruition.
I just don't think the Padres would accept him on the Padres. I know I'm not accepting that.
I'm curious what's going to happen now. Did you hear their owner had passed away?
Yeah, the owner of the Padres did pass away suddenly. Yeah, that was sad. So I'm curious now that, like, you know, I hate to kind of put in that light, you know, like a human being just passed away, but I hate to put it directly towards sports. But I wonder now if that kind of changes the game of Juan Soto and
their direction as a team.
The direction as a team, yeah. And look, he only has 1 year of control. So, I mean, like, if you were going to trade for him, it's probably going to be on the cheaper side for a Juan Soto. Obviously, you know, you're not going to be spending an arm and a leg for him, but maybe just an arm. And obviously that's worth it for Juan Soto. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Because realistically, if you trade Carlos Rodon for Juan Soto, the money's just going to swap.
Yeah, the money does swap there. I mean, look, as a Yankees fan, I would do that, all day.
But the Padres, they could lose Blake Snell in the offseason. So you're giving them their ace. You're taking Juan Soto, who they're not going to resign anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of both teams solve each other's problem.
I would hope it's a sign and trade too, though, something like that. I would want Soto in for the long haul. So that's why I'm also thinking, like, he hits free agency next year. So, I mean, like, just get him as a free agent too. That's the best case scenario. That's if a sign and trade doesn't happen this year. So, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
I wonder if
you know me, I'm still on the Bellinger train. Just get Bellinger and then maybe get Soto next year. That'd be great.
Yeah, but dude, an outfield of, you know, Bellinger, Judge, Dominguez, teach Juan Soto first base. Have like a year learning under Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, Bellinger could play first. He's been a first baseman many times. Then keep Soto in left field.
I guess you have options.
Both are lefties too, so I mean they both can probably play great first base. Soto's younger. I think he's got a few more years in the outfield for sure.
But was he 24?
Yeah, 25, 24. Yeah, he's dude. The Yankees got to get him. They got to get him. And like I was reading this other tweet or whatever. It's like the Yankees, Cubs, and I forget the third team. I think Mariners. Yeah, it was the Mariners. Yeah, they all like inquired about Soto, but something along they want pitching prospects. So I see where your idea comes from for Carlos Rodon. They want pitchers. But as much as I love, you know, as much as I want to see what he can do at the major league level, Drew Thorpe.
They're talking about because they have the young prospects to do it for Soto.
Because I'm thinking, look, you know, Rodon, I know how you feel about Rodon, Dennis. I think the upside's still crazy there. I think, give him another year. You know, you got Cole, you got Rodon. King now is in the conversation of, you know, being the rotation. Cortez, and then I guess Frankie Montes, if they go that route, it's the fifth starter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe trade Drew Thorpe, whatever you said, and then a Juan Soto deal. Sheesh, man. I add a few more pitching prospects or whoever.
I saw something like that, and also possibly Spencer Jones.
I would do it for Juan Soto, yeah. I love Spencer Jones. I think he's going to be a beast. He's the lefty Aaron Judge at the minor league level right now, but I mean, like, Juan Soto's like.
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just
saying
I
would keep Spencer Jones.
That's what I'm talking. Like, that's what they're saying that they would possibly want for someone like Soto, a pitching prospect.
It's definitely warranted. It's warranted.
But yeah, we could save prospects if we give up Carlos Rodon.
That's also true.
But I
just think it's easier to replace
Padres want the younger prospect for Soto if they're giving up Soto. I don't think they want an older pitcher like
exactly.
Rodon.
Yeah, and then the Yankees. You know, the Yankees are prospects. It took them a freaking decade and a half to call up Peraza and stuff. You know what I mean? Granted, they called up Dominguez very early than expected, so I'll give the Yankees credit for that. But
and he's already hurt.
Yankees have a history of hold on the prospects too long before they come into fruition. So I mean, Judge Nichols was 24. So I mean, it's a win-win. You're getting Juan Soto. You know what I mean? Like, I would trade Rodon for Juan Soto in a heartbeat. Yeah, all day. But I think realistically, like guys said, I think the Padres are going to want youth. You know,
they're definitely going to want youth. They're not going to trade for Rendon, who's injury prone, and you know.
And Rodon, I mean, I think Rodon still got it. I think you just need
if he plays,
he's just so injury prone, dude.
He needs a full spring training. Full spring training. He was somewhat healthy the last 2 seasons before joining the Yankees. So I mean, I'm holding out hope for one more year. He's my guy. I got to back him up. But
so I wanted to actually touch on, possible fantasy waiver wire pickups.
Okay.
People who are available now this percentage that I'm getting from, I didn't just pull this number out of the sky and got
This is
handed me
Yahoo
list.
or ESPN?
This is the percentage owned in ESPN because I feel like that's probably one of the more
popular
used leagues.
Yeah.
But 4 players, that just had a great week. Knicks guy, Josh Dobbs. He's looking like Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it.
He's cooking.
Only owned in 39% of leagues. So, I know there's people out there who probably have a league where they need a quarterback. Probably
gotta pick up Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs. Another player, a running back, Devin Singletary. Only 49% owned, half. So, who is it? Pierce, I believe he was out. I don't know if he's back. I don't know if he's back or.
I think he's questionable now. He's questionable.
But that's a good running back to have. And Noah Brown. Nico Collins is out. 27% owned. So if he's probably a low end flex guy. But if you have a bye week or an injury popping up, I don't know what's going on with Michael Thomas. I know we wanted to talk about that.
Can we talk about that? Because I don't know.
Throwing rocks at.
I just got him in my league. I traded Dallas Goedert for him.
Oh,
and got Michael Thomas.
Well, I mean, Dallas Goedert's not playing for 4 weeks, so
yeah, Michael Thomas. This guy threw a brick at
I saw that. Was he gonna miss time for that or no?
He didn't play last week, right?
He did. He got injured.
I got injured. That's the other thing with him. He gets injured all the time.
Early. Yeah, but
I don't know if he gets suspended for that because Olave got into some activity earlier in the year. I forget. Well, what did he get arrested for? He got arrested. What did he get arrested for? I'm trying to remember.
Reckless driving.
And he didn't get anything. So I mean,
but who else was also just got in trouble? Jail time. Zay Jones.
Yeah, Zay Jones. Another wide receiver. Yeah, Zay Jones.
I had no idea.
Violence.
He got in trouble too.
God.
Everyone's just getting put in handcuffs. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
They don't play wide receiver.
I have Zay Jones on my fantasy team, and I'm like, why is he out? He's been out for 5 weeks. And then I look up, Zay Jones is released from jail. I'm like, what the fuck did he go to jail for?
Wide receiver, man. Just the NFL in general, dude. It's a different breed.
I just couldn't imagine being a guy and being like, he's still out and just looking. I'm like,
what?
He was in jail for so long time.
And then it says that he got hurt. He banged up his knee. As I scroll down, it says 5 weeks ago he banged up his knee.
Yeah,
but then above it says 27 minutes ago Zay Jones released from jail. What?
Yeah.
The fuck you mean released from jail?
Apparently he's all banged up, but he's still beating up on people. Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah, I was gonna
something in the water.
I was gonna make a joke, and I thought better of myself.
It's ridiculous, dude. NFL, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Zay Jones anywhere and he's still in jail, pick up Noah Brown. He's only 27% owned.
Yeah. But pick up Josh Dobbs. I said it on this show a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever. He's a league winner. That guy will win you your league.
Yeah.
Logan Thomas has been an X factor for me.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna be a good safety blanket for Sam Howell, just because I feel like he's always scrambling for his life because that line is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Logan Thomas is down there somewhere.
Yeah. Guy, who do you have next on Sunday? Giants or Commanders? This is going to be. This is the second Pastimes on the Mic bowl.
I want to say Washington, but they never play good against the Giants. I mean, you could have fucking DeVito back there. It doesn't matter. Washington still sucks against the Giants.
I want to see DeVito get a win.
And this is the week to do it because I don't see the Giants beating anyone else, honestly. Maybe.
I don't see us winning anyone else.
I mean,
the Patriots. That's tank warfare.
Washington, I sold the tickets this weekend. I was supposed to go. I sold them. I
didn't want to go to see your team?
I had them beating Seattle in Seattle, and then their defense can't even hold up a fucking stop sign. So I don't know. I can't. I'm done. The only positive I have at Washington is Sam Howell. And other than that, if Ron Rivera is coaching and Jack Del Rio is still a defensive coordinator, that team's not winning shit. That's just how I feel. I mean, I've ranted about it many times. It's kind of like how the Jets fans are with Zach Wilson. Like, they already know what they have with him. Like, they know they have Aaron Rodgers. I know the painting's on the wall. Ron Rivera will not be the head coach of the Washington Commanders next year, and Jack Del Rio will not be the defensive coordinator next year. I don't know what they're waiting for. Sky to fall?
Bill Belichick.
I don't know. I don't know what they're waiting for. But when you consistently let up 28 points, they're averaging 28 points allowed per game. It's 31st in the NFL. Why is he still employed? Why is Jack Del Rio still employed? Why? Can you tell me? Because I don't fucking know.
Your defense
I don't
list.
know.
Your defense last year was good, and you guys still lost a bunch of games.
Was that because you
guys still has a job?
Was that because you guys had no offense that year, right? It was the offense.
You guys got to get on the same page.
I mean, one year it's offense, one year it's defense. We finally have a franchise quarterback in Sam Howell, and your defense blows.
I think the Commanders will be a very good team in the coming years. Not this year, but I think
me, Nick. I've been thinking that for the past 5 years.
Once you find that QB, though, and we've seen it time and time and again. You know, the Chiefs with Mahomes. I'm not calling Sam Howell this guy, but I mean, the Bengals with Joe Burrow. It really does change.
But it's the Washington Commanders, Nick. It's the Washington Redskins. I hear. They do the same exact thing. They're so stupid that they'll probably let Eric Bieniemy walk next year and give the offensive play calling to some bozo, and keep Ron Rivera and keep Jack Del Rio.
I trusted Magic Johnson. I trusted Magic Johnson.
Fucking stupid, bro. They're so stupid.
You guys get Ken Dorsey.
Baby. That's what I say. Yeah, Ken Dorsey.
And they'll fire him too, because they're so dumb.
They'll trade Sam Howell.
They probably will. They'll probably fucking trade up to number 1 to draft Caleb Williams. That's how dumb they are. I can't stand watching them, bro. They're so fucking stupid. They're so dumb. Ron Rivera sucks. Jack Del Rio sucks. But yeah, let's keep throwing the same guys out there.
You can only go up from here, my friend.
I think I genuinely believe Ron Rivera's arms are sewed to his chest because he never uncrosses them. Someone else has to reach into his pocket to throw the challenge flag.
Some Coraline looking.
I don't even think he knew there was a challenge. I think he looked up at the board and he's like, I probably should challenge that. Oh, okay. No, Devontae Smith didn't catch it. All right. Oh, next play. Shit. Fuck. My bad. All right. That's
speaking of guys, teams. I guess we'll go from the pigskin to the puck. Patrick Kane. New York Rangers reportedly not in.
Yeah, I think that was a little premature. I think that was a premature.
Yeah.
I think. I listen, from all the sources that I've been hearing about Patrick Kane, I just don't see how he's not still linked to the Rangers. I'm not saying he's going to sign with them.
You look good in Devil Red.
I
have not been watching any hockey. I know
Gold and Black,
baby, destroyed by the Winnipeg
Patrick
Jets.
Kane.
I think the one team that I genuinely thought besides the Rangers that he would go to was the Buffalo Sabres, and this is kind of leading into something else.
Are they good?
No,
but he's from Buffalo. He's born and raised Buffalo. So before Tates Thompson broke his wrist and was going to be missing significant time, I actually thought that was a good landing spot for them. But now that Tates Thompson got hurt, I don't see Patrick Kane going there. I think, like what you said, Nick, I think he would want to have a reunion with maybe DeBrincat.
Yeah,
with the Red Wings. And the Red Wings they just need a goalie. That's all they need. Other than that, they're legit young.
Red Wings, we can send you Allmark for DeBrincat. Anyway.
I don't think they're going to get rid of DeBrincat.
No, they would not do that. DeBrincat's a young stud. But, yeah, I said on the show a few weeks ago, I was kind of like 50-50 on the Sabres, Rangers for Kane. And now, like, all these reports, man, I don't know. It's kind of like...
There's too much. There's too many reports coming out about him.
Getting cloudy. And I'd rather hear from the source himself, Patrick Kane, obviously,
Yeah, because he's a free agent at the end of the day. It's where he wants to go.
So he's meeting with the Maple Leafs. I think he met with, obviously, the Rangers.
He's Patrick Kane. He's going to go around. He's going to test some water. He's going to see what he wants.
You have to meet everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if you meet the
Bruins. You're going to be 35 on Saturday. That's my pretty sure that's what they said his birthday is. Like, he's going to pick where he wants to go. And if he wants to go, maybe he has some sort of midnight realization. I need to be at home for the Buffalo Sabres. I'm holding the cup, some sort of shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe he'll go. I don't. I'm not. Even though I don't know who it was. Larry Brooks, I think, reported it that the Rangers were never linked to Patrick Kane.
That's
I
bullshit.
find that very
Did you
hard
guys
to
have him
believe.
last year?
Yeah. And they went through
Weird.
hoops and ladders to get this guy. I mean, we sent one of our starters down to the minors so we had cap space to sign him and trade for him. So, like,
they're always linked to him in this offseason.
Listen, if the Rangers don't go after Patrick Kane, they don't get him. I still believe they're linked to him. But if they don't get him, I do believe at the trade deadline, I said this a while ago, Nick, to you, that depending on where the Senators are at, I do believe they go back and get Tarasenko.
Interesting. That could be pretty good for the Rangers. But yeah, no, I mean, the Rangers always had to have been linked to Patrick Kane.
Yeah,
Like
to say they're not linked.
No, I don't believe
he was
that.
like a big part of your team last year.
Yeah, he's a huge trade component.
right?
Didn't really show much production.
But he had hips. He had a hip problem. So
yeah, and now
he should go to the Kane's Krakens. Sell a couple of jerseys. New expansion team.
That could be interesting. But I guess the Rangers kind of did have a whole culture change though. They got a new coach, so maybe, and they're playing winning hockey. They're playing great hockey, so maybe they're like, we were interested in them in the offseason. Now that the regular season is settled in, we're off to a hot start. Maybe now that's kind of what happened. Like, we don't see him in the plans anymore. But like, to say he was never in the plans is kind of crazy. I like the Kraken.
Like you said, I think it comes down to where he comes out and says where he's going.
Yeah,
look, he's a free agent and he's going to say
these journalists and people like us who are in sports media, we all want to say what we think. It's like it's all for clicks at the end of the day. So who knows like what he's doing, what he's thinking.
I did just read though that he is going to sign at or before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, which is this week coming up pretty much.
Yeah,
and
this month.
Yeah, if I had to guess, if I had to throw a dart out there, like I said in the show, I was like 50-50 Sabres Rangers. Now with all this cloudiness kind of happening with both teams, Tage Thompson getting hurt.
I know
the Rangers playing great hockey. It kind of makes sense for the Detroit Red Wings.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sure they got the money. He has his former teammate Alex DeBrincat.
I think those are the two teams that have the money are the Red Wings and the Sabres.
Yeah, the Red Wings got the
money. And I'll never count out the Sabres just because that's where he's from. I'll never count out.
Yeah, that's what I'm going at here.
What about Florida?
Florida's interested in him, but I don't think they have cap.
A
lot of teams don't have. A lot of teams don't have cap. Like the Rangers don't have cap. The only way
same with Toronto.
My Devils are doing bad this year.
Jack Hughes is out. And they don't really have a goalie.
But the Brinkett and Kane were awesome together in Chicago. It's a Midwest team. That's where Patrick Kane played his whole life. So going to the Midwest is kind of not really much of a
I genuinely do not believe he's even. I know he talked to him, but I don't even think he's interested with the Maple Leafs. I don't think
so. No, I don't see it either. The Maple Leafs they have no cap. They have too many guys under contracts.
They don't even have the Nylander sets figured out.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not going to add Kane. I would hate if they added Kane.
The Rangers just make a lot of sense because they don't have their top six. They have Wheeler, Blake Wheeler, whose back looks like it's about to fall off.
Yeah, Rangers still make sense. It does, but
I'm saying Rangers, Buffalo, Red Wings. Those are the three teams. Maybe what Dennis said. Maybe Florida. But other than that, I don't see any other team really in desperate or even have the chance to get him.
I don't know. Him and Bedard would be pretty good together. Chicago has what, 11 million?
That's not a crazy idea.
11 million in cap. I just looked it up.
He's just. I think at this point in his career, he's 35 years old. I just don't see where he wouldn't want to go to a contender. Like, why would you sign a multi-year deal with a team that doesn't give you a chance to win a cup?
Yeah.
Not saying like the Chicago Blackhawks don't have a chance in the future, but like he's 35.
We could give him $1 million to Devils,
and he's definitely gonna want a 1 or 2 year deal just to like.
And to say he's not linked to the Rangers is just crazy.
Yeah, and he probably wants to bank on himself too, kind of like a little bit of a Aaron Judge situation. He's fully healthy now. He scored 100 points or 90 points over just 2 years ago.
The only thing is they say it's very hard to come back from hip surgery.
I can see me. I'll
never pass up on the opportunity of taking Patrick Kane.
Yeah, I still think he can do a point per game pace for sure. So I mean,
it's not that he has the skill. It's just if he can keep the pace of
yeah.
skating. Like, can he skate at the speed of playing with I don't know, Panarin or
Bedard,
DeBrincat? Like, does he have it in him still? Like, the skill's there. Like, I went to New Jersey and watched him warm up. I mean, the guy has the craziest routine before a game is insane. Like his puck handling skills is insane. It's just if he can stay afloat and move with those guys. I mean, if Blake Wheeler can fucking do it, I think Patrick Kane can do it.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people talk about like injuries in hockey and stuff, and it's like I said, hockey players are a different breed, dude. And like 35 is the new 30, bro. Like in hockey, it's like these guys just kind of prevail.
It's really just a number. I mean, Yager's still playing.
Yeah, dude. These guys get banged up and hurt. They just come back. And
It's unreal. That dude's gonna be 80 years old and skating.
I believe me, man. I can't believe it.
It's like Bergeron. Bergeron was dealing with some injuries, and that guy was still keeping up with the greatest regular season team of all time. Like hockey players are different,
he could have played another 2-3 years. I feel
Bergeron, 100%. He would be thriving on this team right now. You kidding me?
I can't believe you guys are still doing good without him.
Yeah, and without Krejci,
like I said, this is the impact he made on that team.
Yeah.
He was only the captain for a year, right?
Yeah, a couple years, like 2 years. Yeah.
Before him was Chara, and then Chara left.
Chara left. Now it's Marchand.
They just had a good group of leaders with the Bruins.
Oh, dude, spoiled.
Chara and Bergeron. I mean, those are two.
Krejci's a great leader, second line center, man.
I mean, like
that's why I'm kind of surprised with Marchand because like he's kind of a pest.
He's a very good leader, though. Very good clubhouse guy. Every other team hates him, but if he's on your team, you love him, dude. That's the way it is. Like, and I will say this, he's still a pest today. Obviously, what he was doing with Bedard, kind of like welcome into the league a little bit. Yeah. But dude, he has matured a bit since
hockey hasn't changed. It's not
since his prime pest days. Yeah, he has matured a little bit. Very well liked guy in the clubhouse. So yeah. And then Pasternak's gonna be wearing that C very soon. But yeah. It's a rich culture in the Bruins history. I love it. It's great.
Pasternak, the next captain?
Oh, definitely.
He's been the rookie guy forever.
Yeah, since he was 18. Yeah, Pasternak's definitely the next captain. Whenever Marchand,
listen, I thought Kreider was the next captain. They gave it to fucking Trouba. So
well, Trouba is he's a good leader. I've heard in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I've heard Kreider's a little bit of a fiery guy in the locker room. Punching Georgiev in the face or something, or I think maybe it was Tony DeAngelo who did it, and then they got in. I think Tony DeAngelo punched Georgiev in the face, and then Kreider jumped in, some shit like that.
Crazy.
It's nuts. But on the site I'm looking
at, Pasternak's definitely not doing that.
It said that the Rangers have $10 million in cap space. Is that accurate?
I don't believe so. I think if they were to sign Kane, they were going to sign him to a 1 year, $1 million, $1.5 million deal. And if he asked for more money,
$1.5 million, that's it.
But but the thing is like the only reason he would sign cheaper is because he wants to be a Ranger. But if he says he wants more money, then the Rangers will look the route of trading like a Barclay Goodrow because he's making $3.6 million as a fourth liner, or possibly I don't want to do it, but trading Kakko or Goodrow is if he demands more money. That's if Kane demands more money. They'll trade Kakko or Goodrow.
Yeah, because this table on this website, capfriendly.com, has like projected cap hit and then current cap space.
I think it's because Adam Fox
projected cap space
is out and don't
injuries. I know with hockey don't count, but they count later.
They do.
I remember there was a big thing when the Lightning played the Islanders. Islander fans I know were like getting bitchy about the Lightning had like
they were
more players than they should have.
They were over cap.
Like, people
that's like, why the Rangers look like they have cap, but Adam Fox and Hedl are on IR.
Okay, so
and Adam Fox is making like I think $8 million. And
projected cap space is really what I should be looking at, not current cap space. Okay.
What's the projected? It's probably like
astronomically lower for everybody.
Terrible. Yeah.
It says you guys have 600,000.
Yeah, that makes a lot more.
643,000.
Because if they were to sign Kane, they would probably get rid of a few guys that they're holding on to, like Pitlick or VC or some other guy. That's if he signs for like 1.5 mil. But I mean, Who knows? We'll see what
The
happens.
Maple Leafs have zero cap space, dude. There's no way. Yeah, no way
they're
they're
not.
getting Kane.
There's no way unless they just get rid of like a player that's making a shit ton of money.
Even
the Red Wings, man, 4.4 mil in cap space.
The Red Wings make too much sense.
Yeah, they make a lot of sense right now.
Even with injuries, the Maple Leafs have $59,999 in current cap space. That's after 4 injuries.
So I have one for our local fans here because I'm so confused by this. How the fuck do the Islanders only have $500K in projected cap space? Who the fuck are they paying? The Islanders. Who are they?
Are they paying Palmieri?
I think so. But dude,
can click on it.
Yeah, see with the Island, I want to say Palmieri, and then I think
Bo Horvat, but
Bo Horvat's making a lot. Barzell's making
the highest percentage. So this has all the players on the team in cap percentage for offense. For forwards, Barzell makes the most. He has 11% of their cap.
And he's been kind of
defense. 7.4% is with Ryan Pulock. And then the goalies, Sorkin has 4.8.
Okay, that makes sense.
Of the cap.
Pulock is their highest paid defenseman.
Yeah.
Over Dobson and Pelech.
Well, has Dobson signed?
Now are those guys that are injured because they're not even on here?
No, they're.
Oh no, Adam Pelech is and Noah. Okay, so Pelech. I wasn't.
Dobson's probably
written that way.
Close to being a free agent, I guess. Then
who?
He's young.
Dobson.
Yeah, he's 2 years restricted free agent. After that.
Exactly.
I've gotten a lot of text messages about.
Is Holmstrom good?
His upside's there. He hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, he should be good in the future.
He's notable for 2 things: that he had that dirty hit on Jack Hughes and PK Subban fucked him up. That was hilarious.
No.
And supposedly some chick I graduated high school dated him for a little bit.
No way.
Holmstrom.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, Wallstrom should.
I always see like, is that guy still in the league? I fucking hate that guy. Him dating the chick, I know that doesn't really bother me, but that dirty hit on Jack Hughes, oh my god, I'll never forget that. And then PK Subban, and immediately everyone's like, "How could PK Subban do this?"
Yeah. And like I do like Pulock. I like Pulock, but dude, he's not worth that money. He's a great defensive defenseman, but that's an overpay. That's classic Islanders.
Yeah, Palmieri only has 6% of their cap. He makes an even $5 million. But I don't know how good. Like I just know the numbers. I'm trying hard here, guys.
I know, but Palmieri.
I know the numbers. I don't know if he.
The Blackhawks, 11 mil in projected cap space, man. If
I just don't see why he would want to go to the Blackhawks.
I'm not saying Kane, but I'm saying like potential free agents for Bedard, dude.
Oh for sure.
Oh my god. They're gonna be set, dude.
I mean, this is a good website. Oh my god,
Catherine is a really good website.
If I actually knew what this meant, I'm sure I'd have fun. But the Islanders have picks too. That if they want to unload a deal that doesn't work out for them, like they probably could attach a pick to it.
I'll say this, and I said this to my mom, huge Islander fan. I've been saying this to her for maybe like 5 years now at this point. The Islanders need like Daryl Ovechkin type guy. They need the 40-50 goal scorer. They got the playmakers. They got playmakers.
It's not Horvat.
It's not Horvat. I like Horvat. I think Horvat's good. I think he was a good addition to Islanders, but
Ovechkin.
Nah, they need like a stud, dude. Like they need that.
Dude, even have clauses on here. This is awesome. I'm sorry. Continue.
But the Red Wings and the Sabres, back to Kane, though, both top 5 in cap space. Yeah, dude, it kind of.
That's why I was saying, like, if he demanded more money for the Rangers, they would trade Goodrow. But I think after all this stuff, like you said, all the cloudy stuff is going on now, it's probably going to be Red Wings, Buffalo, and then maybe Rangers. But they're saying there's no chance of a reunion.
That's just the vibe I'm getting. Like out of all those jerseys, I see him in a Ranger jersey the most. Like that's what I see.
It's probably because he played in it.
Exactly.
Listen, I don't know where he lives in the offseason. I don't know if he has like business aspirations outside of hockey, but it looks like Anaheim is kind of on the up and they have money. So
Anaheim, man,
like just to make myself sound like I know what I'm talking about.
No, I hear you.
9-6, no overtime losses, 18 points on the season.
No, they've been very, very good to begin the year. And so, I've said on the show, I think
they're a young team. bring in a leader, right? Leo Carlson, 18. Bo Grohl, that's not a pronunciation.
I think
Isak Lindstrom, like, very young team. Kind of bring in like a veteran who's been there before, maybe. They've been bad for a long time. Sell some jerseys. I mean, I don't know, but they have a lot of money. Of money. Once again, like if he wants to do like businesses and whatnot on hockey related, go to California. Like
that is true. That is a good take.
I don't know.
I think they said he's linked to 8 teams.
Damn.
And one of them is the Devils. No, I'm kidding. I hope so.
It's definitely the Sabres, the Red Wings, the Rangers, the Panthers, the Maple Leafs. That's like 5 right there, and probably like maybe the Blackhawks for a reunion. That's probably.
Would he really go to the Maple Leafs? They have no.
Nah, I'm saying
I'm
like
going to ask you guys this.
That's one of the teams he's linked to. It's not going to happen though.
That's the first team he's visited.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh, do they know who he's visited?
That he just visited yesterday. He visited the first team, Toronto.
And it's usually the first.
Apparently, he's been like recovering in Toronto or something like that.
And
they have picks.
Because it kind of reminds me of the Aaron Rodgers situation, or not even Aaron Rodgers, the Derek Carr situation. It's usually the first team you visit. It usually doesn't happen. It's like the first one you get out of the way. Like Derek Carr visited the Jets. Remember, that was a big thing. Just didn't happen. The Jets were like, yeah, we're going for Aaron Rodgers instead. A little bit of a different situation, but you get what I mean. The first team you visit, just
get the ball rolling.
Yeah, just to get out of there. Yeah, kind of like, all right, teams are talking.
Feel the vibe. See if you like it.
Yeah. Would they trade John Tavares? Has he been good?
He's been good this year. He's good every year, but it's like I don't,
because he's got 13 point. They're obviously not trading Austin Matthews. 13.2% of the cap. John Tavares is taking up. He's 33. He's only 33.
Tavares.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's pretty he's in the middle of his prime.
Oh wow, I thought he was like old.
What about Mitch Marner? What's his percentage?
He's making at 26 years old. He's making 10.9, 13.1% of the cap.
Gotcha.
Unrestricted free agent in 2 seasons.
Oh.
And they actually have some good picks. Like they have a round 1 this year, their own, the Islanders round 3, their own round 4, their own round 5, a conditional pick from the Blackhawks in the 5th, and a 5th round Canucks pick, their own 6th, their own 7th, and the Senators 7th.
Wow.
So they have picks that they can attach like a bad salary to.
Yeah,
that they can get it done. Hey, I actually think I'm kind of contributing to the hockey conversation.
Yeah, no, you are. Yeah,
is Tyler? This has never happened. Tyler Bertuzzi, is he good?
He was really great for the Bruins last year. Great for the Bruins last year. Signed
$5.5 million. Like that could be. Patrick
I don't know how he's doing this year. I don't think he's really
right
doing much. I haven't heard much about him, but he was.
What position is Kane? A left wing or a right wing or
right wing?
Right wing.
Oh, there we go. That's a right winger. I guessed it right. Jeez, I'm like on fire here. Or Kale Jarncock.
Was he? He's a winger, right?
Yeah. 3.3 seasons at 2.1 million per season. Might be a little low for him, but once again, if you like package salaries together and whatnot, ship him out and then sign him. Like I guess it's realistically could. It's realistic that
how has Bertuzzi been this year? I haven't heard from him since he signed. He's more of like a clubhouse, like he's more of like an on ice presence guy than a numbers guy. But
like a Kike Hernandez type.
Yeah, 6 points in 15 games. It's okay. It's done all right.
Can't believe Giordano is still out there, huh? 40 years old.
Yeah, Giordano, man. That guy never.
Is he like playable?
I think he's like a third pair defenseman. He's like on the third pair Dima. He's veteran guy, like leadership veteran guy.
He's 40. I'd hope he's
guy. He was a monster just a couple years ago, but
yeah, I remember. Like I was in a fantasy hockey league one year, and he was like actually getting buckets. I tried to trade for him like 800 times.
Yeah, with Calgary, he was nasty with it.
What about the Canadians? Do you think they would try to make a move on him?
That's an interesting team, yeah, because the Canadians are a young up and coming team. Where are they in the cap?
I don't know how much they have remaining.
Wow, their projected cap space is only $12K.
They have 0 on here on Cap Friendly. You might be looking at the Senators below them that have 12.
Am I bugging? Oh yeah, I am bugging. Yeah, this is
Senators are another team that's really been underperforming, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, and Senators have some names, dude. They got Tarasenko, Giroux, Chabot, Chytrin. It's a good team. Norris.
Oh, did Carey Price officially leave?
I think so. He
long-term injury reserve. All right, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, no. Panthers got some cap.
Josh Anderson at $5 million. Do you offload him somewhere? Get
Probably.
Something. They're another team that have a ton of picks. Oh my god. Huh.
Kraken got $2 million projected cap space.
That's my pick. I'm locking it in.
Kraken would be fun. It would be fun.
He's going on the Kraken.
That would be fun. I'll probably stick with the Red Wing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I should say that on the internet and see if people take me seriously. Kraken 1, 2 Ducks, 3 Devils. Dennis's picks. Like, who is this guy? He doesn't know what he's talking about. I know. Got me.
Yep. That's great, man. Well,
Jesus, it's been 2 hours. Let's make it an even 1 hour, 15 minutes, guys.
Yeah, seriously. Hockey talk, man. Can't get enough of
First
it.
time.
Man.
We could probably wrap it up, right?
Yeah. I think it's time to wrap it up, Lawyer. But you are listening to Pastimes on the Mic. This was another episode 10, episode X. 10 episodes into Pastimes on the Mic. Patrick Kane, where will you go? Email us. Tell us what you think. Will you be a Kraken? Will you be a Red Wing? Will you be a Ranger? Will you be a Boston Bruin? Who knows? Oh, guys manifesting. He's picking the New York Rangers. Will Aaron Rodgers return this season? Who knows? We'll figure it out. And we'll talk about it here on Pastimes on the Mic. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Catch you next week.